Was the penetrating? Yes, it was nerfed. If you mean the down smash part, you only get the one down smash from penetrating wind now. Let me get more SP. Let me get this night buff so I can get like 3k SP that I can not use for anything whatsoever. Yes, you can still just you can just do this if you really need it, but it's why would you? No, not really. In fact, a lot of the free resets around, including Sork reset, were nerfed in the rework. I assume they don't want people to be able to indefinitely reset it as much as they used to. Where is he going? Hello. I'll suck Ranger after rework. If you were fragging out on it before, you frag out harder now. If you've never played it before and you just pick it up, you're in for a rude awakening. In other words, it's the same thing, but it does its job better. You probably say that it's broken, but that's only because no one playing Ranger is below 685. That being said, once Musa gets nerfed, its suck range is probably the next most broken thing. What was that? Yes. Not much, but yes. Your protection will let you run to someone who can help you out. That's it. Which is fair enough. Come on. Gotta make that elf walk faster. Funny how they... Never mind that. I mean, if you used to play Suck Ranger before, you'll have a good time. You're already used to what you have to do on the class. See, if I had PvE add-ons on, the evasive landing shot into penetrating wind, bypassing wind would have just procced 30 T3 PvE add-on and allowed me to travel between packs. But not a moot point because I have PvP add-ons in it. That being said, I do have, I'm pretty sure I just have grid back speed or something. So it's still like a good add-on. And abuse your knockbacks to get the pack together. I wish they removed the PvP CC on Blasting Gust, just so it's easy to pull it. Call of the Sky. Not to use Call of the Sky. Everything on this class is situational. All of the Sky into area explosion shot is useful when you need to traverse, when you need to do some platforming, because it lets you travel a further distance while still in the air. If you're being followed, if someone's attacking you, then it'll be your ability of absolute last resort, because you're going to be hit the entire time you're in the animation. But if it's only like a couple people attacking you and you're not going to die from the damage, it's perfectly fine to use. Nothing on this game is ever completely... well, okay, you know what, there are some completely useless things, but you can always make good use out of stuff. But like what I just said about using Call of the Sky to travel in through the air, that's plenty important. It's just with all parkour stuff, it comes down to knowing where things are, where everything is. What the fuck was that? They just used the backwards version. Not a fan of Calquicious. And just about anything else that can get knocked back on this game. That's pretty botched. Fortunately, I have gear. call from Sky, use Bow for pulling. Since the things we're pulling are right on top of us anyways, so it doesn't matter if they're knocked back a little bit. Oh, wow. Oh, I goofed my rotation, so I'm actually just gonna wait for the respawn because I really don't care. I don't need the headache. might be wondering why I'm doing Spirit Haven before regeneration. The simple reason is that I think it looks really cool. Not really, I think it just looks really good, so I do it. That should tell you all you need to know about how flexible this class's rotations are. Faru. Is it 1 dust? You can't give me like 10 dust. I wonder if those will follow me down here. Somehow I kind of doubt it. AP. 313 Uber. There. Where's the FR? There he is. You know what? I appreciate that he at least brings me Capras. Though I wish he brought me more. never even realized where the knight was. I don't know what's causing that. But I must have pressed spacebar by mistake. Oh, there we are. No idea, I'm not even counting. Part of that is because I have not grinded Hystria for, what, 2 years now? And this first couple hours is just remembering what things are. Besides, these days Hystria trash is very dependent on just getting the power spawns anyways. Okay, win it. What did we ban you for? I don't even remember. Were you causing trouble? DM me on Discord, and I'll look up why we banned you. Well, if it was something racist, we're probably not gonna take the ban. We're kind of a public server now. We have to be pretty tough on anything that is seriously TOS breaking. How do I feel? We're the next most broken thing after Moose's. But there's such a big gulf between us that I think we can probably just get away with not getting nerfed. Mostly because Moose's can zoom back out, we can't. We're just dead in the water where we are. Like the only war that I had on Ranger so far after the reboot, I had a migraine. It was so bad I couldn't even see the screen. So I was just holding side R and B, side L and B, and then I just see with what vision I have that I killed 4 people. It's kind of funny. Granted, that's still large scale, which is kind of the point of the class. You know, I don't think I'm supposed to be pulling all these thermals, am I? They're so slow, and they don't drop anything. I'm just not gonna pull the thermals anymore. Stupid things. As for Awakening, it's hard to give you a proper analogy. It's hard to really tell because the last time I played Awakening, I had no gear. well, seriously played Awakening anyways. I really did not have gear. These days, I just, you know, super armor trade people, FG trade people, and they die. But part of that, obviously, is just the amount of gear that I've got lately. I'm gonna get some narcs though. I wonder why Spirit Haven is so slow to activate from neutral. It's almost as if they meant the skill to be used only from flow. What are you playing, Awakening or Suck? Oh yeah, the Ranger versus Ranger mods need to go down. Wait, well, you have... There on my channel, there's a video about chaining protection. Granted, most of it is still super armor, but it's not like you have to always be taking damage anyways. Yeah, so people seem to think that the rework was supposed to fix all their problems and fix all their classes' weaknesses so that their class would be great everywhere, but it's not the case. The rework specifically, they wanted people to stay where they are in terms of, you know, what their class does, just to have better tools for doing that role that they already have. This is probably the absolute not right way to roll these. I will take these Calquitius though. Kind of got one-shotted. You know what, since I kind of want to grind, not want to grind, I'm not gonna antagonize people today and bait a fight. Granted, I'm like 60, 70 gear score above the intended range for this spot. But I do still remember all the knockback and stiff tricks. It's deceptive, isn't it? Because we killed a lot of people, but only one or two at a time. So we never stand out. Granted, that also makes montages really hard to make if your class is intended to kill a lot of singles, because, you know, killing single people these days doesn't look good. Not good enough. NA. This guy just said a bad word. I'm very glad I have chat covered. Okay, I don't care. What are they gonna do? Demonetize my non-monetized stream? Alright, that was kind of troll. I wanted to just walk up to him and will to win him. Because that would have been very funny. But I guess DK actually has damage. I'm only 366. DK can more than kill that on any class. I don't think I'm going to do the rest of the rotation past this pillar. Frankly, I think it's fair enough if you get CC'd, you should die no matter what you have. Because this game is all about not getting CC'd in the first place. That's why we have so many protections and such. Now, if you really ask me, then no one really should have the amount of protection that we have on this game. But unfortunately, that's not a design choice that will go over well with any part of the game community except the 1v1ers. Like, how would you feel if they told you tomorrow, okay, you're gonna have approximately 30 to 40% unprotected skills in your kit, and you're not gonna have a grab? Like, you wouldn't, like, most people would be devastated, right? They wouldn't be able to play without their continuous protection chains because they don't know, like, a better way to play than constant rotation. Like, at this point, PA's hands are tied. Every class just has to have ridiculous protection. Do I have to use some pre-awakening skills? Sure, why not? I use pre-awakening to pull. If you mean whether or not you need to level them, then not really. You can just play in pure. Aside from getting swell shot, you can just play in pure awakening. This didn't always used to be the case, which is why a lot of older rangers, you'll see they'll have more bow AP than awake. 360 plus on the scoreboard. If someone has 300 kills, there's something wrong going on. They're either getting fed or farming allies, because if you have that many kills, the fight should have been already over. Even release Suck Guardian ult meta, people were not getting 360 kills normally. Like, all of the ultimate weapons I've seen are like duck shit, like farming your allies. Or being fed, obviously. Remind me, yeah, oh, you know what? I remember now. Red was the good sharding. Red was the good one. It's probably how you feel on 315 DP. I'm not sure why you're through still. Have to do your pre-pen quests. It's good. I have no idea. I've not been here in like past 2 years. Nor do I want to. Because farming or health and peace sounds like the most hideous and awful thing I can possibly envision. I'm just here because why not? Haven't been here in forever. See the little neighborhood. See how things been going. Oh, I know what's going on. Shift D is prioling grab. Let me test that on the next poll. Like, I suppose you saw that South American Musa clip. Oh, there we go. That's where he's just in the Calpheon stairway farming, like 20 kills. Those were his allies. They were not flagged. They couldn't hit him. He was just recasting. He was being scumbag. That's kind of the reason why he had that many kills. Yes, he was farming allies. If you look closely at the other names, they were his guild and they weren't flagged. He was flagged. Yeah, so he was being a piece of shit and farming his allies. That's all. Brent. Open PK to kill. I have no idea how that would possibly work. Are you from that server? Can you explain the politics to me? Because here, that shit is definitely not acceptable. Granted, nowadays we all here on NA we all just have castle rotations. Like, we agree beforehand if our team wins. Oh, you don't have to apologize. It is true that it does show that Musa has busted damage. It's just you also have to know the other context of why the clip. Like I've seen legit clips from actual fights where Musa's pulled that shit off. It's obviously compared to like a fake clip, it's not as intense, but that also more than suffices to make the point. You need to open. No. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You need to flag up to kill people when there's a guild in the castle, but generally, like, you're not. But like when you're pushing the castle, the pushing team is supposed to have flags off. Like, you can tell that the rest of his guild is not flagged because, you know, they're on one team and they're pushing the castle, so they shouldn't be getting hit by their own team. Like, I'm assuming it's like a 2v2, 3v3, XVX situation, or they're zerging someone out of castle. Obviously, like, sure, if you're zerging someone out of castle, then yeah, that's fine. If you want to farm a bit, you are a little scummy, you're fucking up people's timers, but ultimately it's not as huge of a deal. But no, you're supposed to keep PK off so you can push the castle together without hitting each other. That's intentional, because if guilds could only push into a castle one by one, pushing castle would be kind of a meme. If you haven't done like in-game siege, it's usually there's usually teams that have been pre-agreed on. Yeah, 3 guilds including his own, so they were his. Yeah, so he's not supposed to do that. Obviously, he's hitting his own team. Like I said, it does suffice to show. It does function well enough. The clip functions well enough to show you how busted Musa damage is. Fair enough. I have not gotten an event yet. Our event. The lower cost of entry. Ultimately, whenever it comes to a question of gear, the real answer is always what gear do the other people have. Because even if you can do kind of okay with low gear, you know, I'm gonna do better with higher gear, typically, right? So it's at the moment, yeah, because it's been so short of a time that the gear hasn't shifted lately. But you know what? Let me quickly do this before I run out of space. Oh no, it was the black shards that were good here. Have enough space to hold everything. So. Was it red and then black? Been too long. Oh, free Capra. Nice. Did that thing just get knocked back? No. He's range attacking and recoiling. Yeah, that's fine. In fact, the real effect of that on us people with higher gear is that I'm not going to push any more AP for a while. Because I don't need to push the AP. As long as I'm in position, people will die. So the only thing that I'm getting now is more DP. I'm gonna pretty much gonna have to push all the way to C20 armor before I even think of more AP. Might even get rid of the distos and run double narcs. Or at least 110 narc. Because, you know, DP means so much more when you have all this damage. And yes, despite what people tell you, like the DP doesn't matter on Ranger thing. That is what you might call a funny meme, but not true. DP matters more than DP frankly matters a lot more on Rangers than on other classes because surviving versus not surviving is just such a huge difference. Why is it doing that? It's because I accidentally pressed shift. I wonder if I should be aggressing the event. No accuracy. Get 309 with accuracy accessory at least. Like I'm 317 accuracy. It activates a lot earlier, just all the Suck Rangers are in 680 plus guilds, so it feels to us like the class really doesn't activate. That is because we're fighting guilds where like minimum gear score is north of 670. And the few gear score, the further up you go, the more the sheet gear score actually ends up counting for, because it's all Kafra's sheet. Like, and if you look at Kafra stats, it's a lot of Kafras to even give you one sheet gear score. And that can don't if you're low gear, just don't bother with ruins. It's so expensive. Look, even I have some red nose rings. I have the one free red nose ring, and I bought another one. Oh, I mean they're technically called Crescent Guardian rings, but they're red. They're basically red nose rings. Oh wow, back-to-back events. Nice. And it let me restart my music. Oh fuck, they're stuck on the roof. They're stuck on the high ground. And it's all Elton, so they're all ranged. That kind of sucks. Let me see if they will follow me down. Yeah, don't do this, kids. Don't spawn your event on top of high ground. You end up having to do this. Lunar AP belt. Sure. Lunar and Turos are equivalent in efficiency. They're both 7 AP per act. Was 7 accuracy per AP. So take your pick. Whichever one's more available to you. I think Turos is. Oh, is Lunar's more available these days? I don't know. I was pretty much shoehorned into going Turos because I hit a pen ogre. So in order to not waste that, I have to go accuracy on the belt slot. I hit this myself on a whim, just randomly decided to try it, and it went. At the cost of my old Trident God stag, which I'm more than happy to sack for a pen ogre. So yeah, Lunar AP belt, or oh, did he get fed? That is unlucky. Yeah, he accidentally got fed. C's, I guess. Oh yeah, that reminds me. The benefit of going lunar, lunar and AP belt, that you can have Valtara, which is HP, which is better than the Bassi. So yeah, I guess if you were starting off with absolutely nothing, then yeah, lunar neck and Valtara belt, and then if you're really down to commit 15 bill for like 100 HP, then yeah, sure. Valtara, Runes Rings as well. It's probably fine because in the end of the day, it's your pen slots. If you need to wait a little bit for better pen slots, I'm not against that. Personally, I wanted the 300 plus brackets as soon as I just wanted the AP as soon as possible. So I said screw it. It's not worth. I have so much gear in front of me that I have to do. What am I gonna do? Like, I still have to get all these Caphras and shit. So I said I'm gonna save the money on my accessories and make better use of them in Caphras. I should be looping behind the Elton. Debo's rough. You have no safe option of just buying it, unlike normal accessories. With the way my gear has ended up, chances are at some point I'm gonna end up having to get Devils as well. I'm not really looking forward to that grind at all, but that's just endgame for you. Although before that, I would rather just have, try Tet Fallen Gods. Yeah, exactly. Because you also have to consider you're giving up so much money every hour because you're not grinding a money-making spot. That's the real cost of hot grind, compass grind, devil grind, anything that is not peak silver per hour. What's up, Nick Pokov, Nick? Grinding a crypt with some friends way more fun. It is. Playing games with friends is fun. I am a loner and I like being alone, so I just don't do co-op spots. Wow. Whatever that was, I just got some huge screen tear or something. I did not like the look of that. That is not a good pull. Yo, what's up? It's dead. They're dead. Perfect chance to use up some of these. Did I leave loot here then? Yeah, I left loot here. Double belt. You know what's really great about group grind spots that have a boss that they announce to the entire server? The moment you get your boss, 30 people descend on you from enemy guilds. Or straight up, people just come to sack a little Arma, yoink it. In fact, I bet you can make decent money per hour just marking your PvP main at an abandoned monastery and only tabbing in on servers that have bosses, just farming other people's bosses. Okay, after this pot, I'm gonna go sell. Actually, I guess. I don't think I'm making 7K an hour, but I've just been here for like a while, getting around and fighting people. I appreciate that they're trying to make the game more team play, but Jesus, I still remember what it's like on games where you had to wait for a healer. We've all played those kinds of games. You have to have a healer, you have to have a tank for something, and it's just half the PvE experience is you waiting in world chatting for healer for 2 hours before you can even do the content. It's fun stuff. Relatively minimal. Yeah, it's like I said, you don't even lose that much karma because it's only 2 kills and then you're gonna grind it back. Anyways. Not now, Faru. I should be doing that against the wall. Now, I don't know how many of you guys are aware of the way that knockbacks work for PvE, but knockbacks always turn the mobs toward you and always push the mobs away from where you're facing. You can actually use that fact to control the way in which knockbackable mobs get knocked back and force them into a wall. Now that used to be really useful, but now none of the mobs can be knocked back. Look, if you waltz backwards through the pack, the Calquicious get knocked towards the wall away from where I'm facing. Same thing if I waltz forward but if I face backwards and waltz forward, they still get knocked. I think we'd be lucky to avoid a nerf. Mostly because succession is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, so I'm going to turn around, look at the wall while waltzing forward, and that should knock the Calquicious towards the direction where I want them to go. And then if a mob gets stiffened during the knockback animation, pretty much most of the knockback is cancelled. So that is why I do regeneration to put the seed down, waltz backwards to knock Calquicious towards the pillar, then Breezy and Rushing Wind stuns them where they are. Granted, I have enough gear with that, just more or less kills them, so kind of a moot point. But it'll be more helpful if you don't have as much gear as I do, because it works. This works even with the slight bit of knockback hitbox behind you in Wailing Wind. Not Wailing Wind. Yeah, yes, Wind. The problem is when you don't have a wall to knock them off back to, then waltz into Wailing just sends them flying. So yeah, any PvE stuns, realistically you're just going to be using Rushing Wind for it. Rushing Wind and Tempest, which is still a PvE knockdown, so it stuns. Well, stiffs, because Hystria treats knockdown as a stiffen. They should really specify you have to use a PvE CC to stop him, not skills with debuff. Bleeds are not going to stop him from teleporting away. Unless if it does and I'm just not knowledgeable. I've always just used a CC. Isn't my Alex refreshing? Might just skip these packs, really? Like, they're not really that good. Please tell me escape takes me to the NPC. It does, nice. Because I don't remember anymore. Been too long. Let's see if there's anything going on at main. Oh, there's a player here. Don't copy my combos. I'm literally just randomly, lazily pressing skills. I just think it's funny. Funny to kill people with whatever. Minute and a half left on debuff. Wait, which way was main again? This way. Right, cross the bridge. No, across the other bridge. Weird. I think it'd be perfectly fair if Prairie Wind got back either 2 or 3 seconds of its cooldown. It's just because there's so much damage in the game. The only thing the Awakenings was good at was 1v1 anyway, so. Look, extraordinary display of PvP skill. Walk at somebody and grab them. Oh, right, it's this spot, not it. Or if we can get stamina back, but then again, our stamina's, we're already stamina. I don't need that as a buff. So, I'm not sure if you guys are quite aware, but basically the way PA sees the game, every class has a budget of power and they're pretty rigid with the way they see the game. You have this many features like super armors and CCs. And so yeah, I saw that. You don't need it. The damage areas are like your damage areas are already so high. You might as well have like the I'm not saying that you should just get an armor elixir, but still, I'm not gonna move away from giants for it. It's like you don't need that much damage. You can look what add-ons do I have for after rework. Take a look at the descriptions there. My entire guide is there. Not the only people that are here. Some random villainous and another rando who's already gone. Okay, well there's nothing else left here. I'm going back. Oh yeah, my add-ons are in my guide. Don't want to grind. I should go to Sulfur. But I don't have my Pegasus. What to do? Let's see if someone's on the Calquish Road. Blackshard Route. Nope. Oh, the Elton's walking around. So someone's here. Kind of awkward if it's the same guy. Oh no, he has no gear. Ah, someone else. Yeah, well, you get pressured back though. That's the problem. know why you'd be on. Oh no, I forgot to buy HP pots. I don't know why people are on Arsha with like no gear and saying that, yeah, you're over geared. Like, it's Arsha. Like, of course everyone's sexy. 70s. Oh, someone's came here. Nice. I can talk about like. 310 human damage. Trust me, yes. 317 partial human damage. Yeah, I know how much damage we have, but I just don't think it's gonna be worth losing all the HP on the on-wall defense for it. That being said, if your guild in your like fight bracket, if your guild is kind of on the higher end, yeah, in that situation it'd be perfectly fine to just have even more damage, sure. But for us, we're almost always fighting like multiple guilds. They're always getting hit in the back by someone else's flex. The guilds we're fighting actually have strong flex teams, not just people who want to play off-meta classes. That's not really a real flex. So we have to be very defensive. Knock them into the wall and dead. Nope. That's not every skill hit. Yeah. No, because imagine trying to push a castle with minus 100, minus defense stats on you, right? Okay, this guy's here again. Fuck? EV? Oh, he V'd. I love being able to front guard people, but it really just comes down to gear at the end. Damn it. Mob didn't want to hit him. And just got erased. Keep pressing that by mistake. You'll see me like double whale immediately a lot. This is because I actually have money. I don't give a shit what people feel about double whaling. Pots are made to be used. Of course, no one with gear is actually grinding Hystria. I'm just here to mess around. I'm just here to fool around. But Hystria is just like not a gear slot anymore. And who knows? Maybe this week I get a random Melton piece, and now which I'm kind of hoping either I get both pieces in a week, or I get neither, because I don't want to feel bad about not doing compass grind when I have 2 out of 3 pieces. Work grind with 301 more. Yeah, it's fine. Like the mobs are just gonna die. Oh no, I just don't duel. Duels are kind of grief, either flag. When I want a spot, I find one that no one's working, no one's grinding, or I kill them for it if they're like a war target. Because if you think about it, the spot holder already lost when you ask them for a duel, because it's their buffs and their spot that are at risk. Like the person asking risks absolutely nothing. I think that's really flawed. So I just don't support the institution at all. You can very quickly see how it just doesn't work, because as long as someone just doesn't consent to the institution, it falls apart. It's just a social construct. Dueling for spot, that is. Yeah, that's fine. Like if you enjoy if you want to, if you enjoy the fight, that's perfectly fine as well. Too often these days we forget that games are in fact actually something you do for fun. It's like we have optimized gameplay to the point where, like, what are we even playing video games for, right? Because ultimately, like, these stats and gear, they matter for nothing. And yeah, that's totally fine. Like, if both people consent to it, it's fine. Alright, let's see if the other Elton has decided to follow. Yes. I just don't think it's like grief when someone refuses to duel, for example. Come on, where's that Calfish going? Alright. Well, so far though, the whole Arsha drop rate has not produced anything for me. Well, listening to anything Reddit says is a meme unto itself. So. never touch open world again. I used to feel that way, and then I got geared, but yeah, no, we've like an equal gear arena is practically required on all games these days. It's just the culture of gaming has shifted from OMG, I want to grind for gear to I want to feel like I'm playing an esport. This new Zoomer generation growing up with Fortnite, even more so, will want, the esport experience in almost all their games. And that's not a bad thing, the market is changing. And you'll have a lot of these MMO veterans say, oh, well, back in my day, you had to do this and this and this annoying and time-wasting thing, and it was more skill. Like, no, it wasn't. It was literally a time waste. There's no, like, mechanics check, knowledge check, or anything. You just, like, back in the days on WoW, you just had to grind a lot and then gear check the raid. Oh, that's like, wow, I dropped something that suddenly doubles my DPS. Is that skill? No, not really. Just got lucky. That's why FF14 is ultimately just so much better for a PvE game. It realizes that you can, like, essentially even esporterize, even make PvE an esport. Granted, they just have to make it harder, but that's what that's what ultimates are for. Like if Square Enix wants, they can hold or give out rewards for either speed runs or just ultimate first world firsts. I played FF14 up to Eden 4. I finished that and I didn't feel like I really wanted to play the game anymore, so I stopped. In fact, I kind of wanted to stop before that, but I didn't want to end on a bad note, so I made myself play through an extra expansion, just so that I can end my, FF14 days with gold parses, which I did end up getting for E4. Well, not E4. I peaked 85 percentile on E4, but I got like three golds in the rest of the tier. Notice how I changed to waltz into Nature's Tremble. That's because I just wanted to stun the mobs before they got knocked any further away. This is a bad habit. That just now is a bad habit, and I shouldn't be wasting Rushing Wind so early. Because then I don't have them for stopping the knockback. This is actually just like a pull. Speaking of equalized arenas, are you gonna play Lost Ark? At this point, I'm probably not, but I know that was a popular thing on the horizon for people who wanted equalized PvP. Well, my FF experience was not chill, but it was only not chill for a couple hours of raiding, and it's because I chose to make it not chill. Then again, looking at the stage of this, Amazon Games is publishing Lost Ark, but then if you look at the state of New World, it's kind of questionable now. Kind of KEKW. trillion-dollar company, by the way. The guy Amazon had on New World apparently had no idea about running a game, the VP. He came from a completely different division, has zero experience. Everyone's rolling Ranger. Part of me wants the class nerfed so that we go back to like state where I know every other Ranger left on NA. The old boys club. I need to grab something. What? Did I just cheer for something? Wait, let me scroll up. No, why the fuck did I cheer? Didn't get anything. Just lost some frames. As long as we keep our new skills with the protections. The new damage is pretty high. But it's the protection, it's really the protections that make the class like viable for what it needs to do. Someone doesn't want to fight for it. Waru the Grave Robber has appeared just as I'm trying to get a pull going. And arrived slightly after or before. This is a lot of Caphras, especially because of the Afwarus. My snakes. So good I can't stop singing new tools with gutters. Nice. Yep. Try when you're seriously grinding, try using shotgun, right mouse button, then holding right mouse button to move. You'll realize how good that is because that allows you to move across the pack and proc your 0 cooldown P3 PvE add-on at the same time. Just don't use the ES landing shot combo because that goes a lot further than shotgun due to the extra distance you travel with ES, so then you kind of miss the pack. Of course, then you just have to calc the distance. Finally found a Ranger to watch. There's not that many Ranger players. This class was, back in for the longest time, this was not a popular class. which, you know, some of us, myself included, were kind of fine because, you know, exclusivity. My Ranger Boys Club nowadays there's a lot of Ranger Boys. And yeah, you know, like for a while before they took away 3 seconds of cooldown from Prairie Wind, Flanos was saying, yeah, no one was beating him 1v1 on Global Lab. Granted, it's Flanos, and Flanos is built different. But that was the state we were in, and then some of that got scaled back. 3 seconds off of Prairie Wind, you can argue that it's a little bit much. Because it's really like impacting our ability to not die to chip damage, which was always our biggest problem. Because it's not like we lacked super armors, we couldn't deal with the damage. Right. And like, what are we gonna do, you know, when DK just wants to walk up to us, not close enough to be engaged on, but then just chip damage you down, right? You can complain about it being a scummy way to play. It's correct. That's what they should do. That's why ranged matchups were always actually our weakest. This Awakening range damage, Awakening's ranged kit is just question. It's just blasting gust and the Rework CZs. That's really it. I need to be doing my call from Sky from a lot further away. I can just side pull the Alquicious and ignore the rest, I think. People not wanting to do a lot of work, so I definitely feel that. Although only partially, because I do agree that the SP requirement on this class is stupid. SP itself as a mechanic is stupid. But what can you do? 1600 SP should be where you should be able to get everything on every class, but this class, for some reason, you even very stripped down, you're still looking at like 1800 plus. Well, you know, it's the only way to do that is practice. Granted, Flannels is a little recalcitrant with his best secrets, which is fine. I try to teach everything I know, but I also don't know it. Or rather, I know a lot of things, at least in theory. Like, in practice, I'm nowhere as good as Flannels. And that's fine. No. We have... I mean, if you want to be effective, if you want to just BG spam, yeah. If you want to just grind Polyphorus, you could theoretically do it with 400 SP. But for everything, like, we kind of use the entire kit, so. Like, my lawn at 2k SP, I'm just desperately slotting random skills to just put the SP somewhere, right? That doesn't happen for Ranger till like 2300, where you start getting skills that are just silly. I don't think that's the correct pull path. I'm gonna watch someone else's 7 Elton, see where they pull that pack. You should be maxing out Cold Bleed very early because it is your accuracy buff. It's straight hit rates, and that's huge. Oh, okay, I see. The old classes, the new classes, a lot of the time you just max a bunch of stuff that are useful. The old classes, stuff like warriors taking level 2 shield charge, and us not taking every level of Call of the Earth was a little bit of, semi-hidden, not really hidden little optimizations that you could do. It wasn't as neat, but it was also a pretty nice thing to have. These little tidbits of hidden, not hidden, but obscure knowledge. Nowadays, we don't have to stop at 9% on Call of the Earth anymore. We just max it. Since the cooldown's tied to that now. Which, by the way, they're going to fix the cooldown. That was just a couple. So for a week, thanks to someone typing the skill in wrong, typing the hexadecimal wrong, or forgetting to update something, we ended up having like no uptime on All of the Earth buff. That was kind of annoying. When the sword is range damage, everything on our kit counts as range damage. Otherwise, why do you think that? Why would they give you range damage? I mean, why would they give you range DP debuff if your sword wasn't range damage? Ranged is just a damage type. It's just a damage type. Everything in our kit is range type damage. So, like, the actual range, quote unquote, at which it works is irrelevant. For example, Awakening Corsair, all their shooting skills are just actually melee damage. Oh yeah. Have you been leveling Wailing Wind? You know, the 20 range DP. Why are people asking how long on fucking Arsha? Dude, this Arsha just lag. Fight me. I mean, I outgear the shit out of him, but... Oh, side pull. That was a misclick. Nice. What the fuck was that? Calling me? Yeah, as you can see, my mechanics are kind of rough, but you know, it's whatever. I haven't played, like, I haven't played Awakening main for quite a while now. Remind me to put my scrolls away after this. No, it's red and then black. What if 10 tongue grass? Because Narcs at the end of the day is still, you still lose damage. Tongue grass, less so. I'm here because we have Valencia Castle, and I feel bad about not grinding Valencia if I have Valencia Castle. That's basically the only reason I'm not even here. It's the stupidest reason, I know, but... Yeah, no, you do get kind of okay money here as well. Granted, I'm not really counting right at this moment, but I've seen like decent measurements, and you know what? Maybe the Arsha buff, the Arsha plus Castle might just swing it, right? Probably not. No, SE is very good for us. Have you started normalizing using the air attack combo on crystals? At least when you're grinding as suck. Oh, someone's here. There's a short on my channel that shows you how to, a kind of meme, kind of shows you how to use air attacks to one-shot a pack with the crystal without even using your add-ons. Well, you know what, it's not that. It's one of the places where I think suck is genuinely better just because you can. And also because range pull is really nice there. Guild chat is talking about the abuse of spawn invuln by fast classes in RBF, and yes, I totally agree. It is the dumbest fucking shit. Like, it's supposed to be for keeping people out of your spawn, not for you to go to the other spawn while EA'd. This cannot be the right pull path. Anyone in chat that regularly does Hystria, do you pull this first pack, this second pack, lengthwise as this, lengthwise like this as well? Or I'm sure you're getting like 3 Dungrats basically. I'm not even like sloth. Any advice? Take a look at the guide in the descriptions and just be ready to just be mentally prepared, because it's not the easiest class out there. And really explore the class, like try some of everything. It's an old class. It has a lot of, it comes from the days when BDO really wanted to put hidden tech in things. Even today, there's stuff that's undocumented. Like apparently, landing shot penetrating wind is not documented, even though that's been known since the first day of GLab. So I don't know what's. Yeah, the class is not going to play itself. It's going to be a bit of a journey. Also have gear. That helps. It's not going to have any sustain. It's really not going to have that much. It grinds good now. Didn't used to grind well. But you'll have to really work the kit. And of course, be in a good guild. You want to play suck, and you're in some shitter T1 guild, it's not going to be a fun experience. The best ranger guild is 80 mages. Well, not 80, like 70, 75 mages. whatever they have of Zerkers and Zerkers Shies, etc. And then you'll have 5 to 10 Rangers. And those 5 to 10 Rangers are always going to be top of your kill sheet. Even though you never see them have bad feeds, they're always killing 1 or 2 at a time. They're doing that very often. But only if the guild is willing to be able to support you by at least outputting pressure. Nothing feels better than playing Ranger in a fight where your guild is hard winning the main ball, because you just BG forwards and pick up kills left and right. It's a very snowballing class. $390 Kudum, that's more than 300 Nuver. Off the top of my head, I don't remember how much AP that is in Nuver. I mean, it's perfectly fine. Like, at the end of the day, what matters for gear is your opponent's gear more than anything. You just have to have more. You just have to have more value in your gear than your opponent's. If he's soft cap, you just have to be 261. If he's 261, you just have to be 269. If he's 269, you better be 270. If you're fighting Chill Nation, you better be 690 plus. Oh my god, that calculation rolled Mono Cup so late. Yes, whatever gear you have, as long as it's more than the other people. Because not everybody is doing top 3 sieges. On the other hand, with the rework, since we actually have modifiers now, our cap siege capacity is a lot better. We do a lot more damage in capped, to the point where it's actually not in to be able to play Ranger in capped. I should get some ice for my beer. Right, every... Wow, is that deep? Damn, no more mates. Oh, I desynced my mates. One guy. Check after this pack. Oh, oh they're all 6. Oh. Some intention there. Meme Lord indeed. Do I have... some HP pots. Is he trying to feed me, or does he just have... He just has no gear. He's a bot. Mob. Did he spawn? No, yeah, he spawned. Here, let me pick off the chat cover so you can see him type. Where's the chat cover? Yep. Back to my rotation. Look at this guy's chat. Let me hide the rest of it because I don't want to show guild chat. I don't know why he's typing. He's mad. He's poor. He can't afford tendons. I don't know why he's shit talking Flannels. Flannels better than I am. I didn't even mouse move. I basically didn't even mouse move that entire fight. And I can't mob feed him. I do too much damage. The second CC's just gonna kill him. Someone, Guildy just hit Jet Black Star. I should do another Jet Black Star. I have another Spectre. Maybe push my 160 to 200. I think I killed that guy before, so I'm not gonna like it. Like, I'm feeling kind of mellow now after a couple of beers. Speaking of raw tapping, what did you guys get with your 2 hammers this year. I didn't get shit. Unicorn, that's you can't tap that with a hammer. Let me I should turn off the chat filter. After misery and everything, yeah. I ended up tapping a Tet Blackstar like without the hammer, which is nice, but the hammer did not give me a Pen Blackstar, which is sad because I would have had a Pen Blackstar Awakening with, which would solve a lot of Caphras woes. Because with the Dandy, I'll have to Caphras this. And that's a lot of Caphras to bring up the +9 to C19. Like, I probably won't even get to Caphrasing the Dandy till next year anyways, so... Maybe next year I'll just sit on this Tet Blackstar. Maybe next year we'll have a pen. These back attacks do be looking nice, at least. Especially for anyone who's played Ranger for many years. Finally having the back attacks. Even if they did nerf damage for it. Yo, I'm seeing this showcasing things. It's nice that they're giving content creators a shout out, I guess. For what that's worth. Streaming this game is still kind of a dead end if you're like a career streamer though. Like no one watches this game except the people who actively play this game. I mean, going around a circle in history is not really very interesting, engaging content. Unless if you're teaching people something. And then you can only teach them once. Ah, yes. My 417 dice. I was hoping they would reset the dice again. But that is evidently not going to happen. And now I have too many dice to be worth rolling. Because now it's going to take too long. Don't worry, I pick up all my dice because it annoys me to no end whenever I have flashing notifications, so I mostly do it for that. Yeah. I got to 100 and I stopped last cycle. I was waiting to get another 100 stack, but they won't do that for me anymore. Too calculatious, I'm just gonna skip the pack. Everyone's playing seasonals, but seasonals is full of mooses and I don't want to. I'm not feeling it. What do you even get from seasonal now? Just 100 stack. And a character, I guess. Am I out of mana pots? No, I'm not out of mana pots yet. Let's back up so things don't spawn all on top of me. Oh my god, everything's still spawned on top of me. On top of the wall. Who the fuck is it? $62 is so easy that you'll just, if you just grind normally for a few days, you'll have it. Just pop your EXP boosts whenever you're grinding for money. All the new spots give both EXP and money in appropriate quantities, so it's 1% special attack damage. It's not much, but special attack damage is very big. So it's pretty worth. Yeah, it's worth, but it's like you're not going to specifically go for it. Mostly because you'll get it normally. I'm gonna try looping backwards. Being red these days is not worth. You get nothing for it. You have to figure out a better route. Even then, you could also when you're red, you just can't use those insane, but also insanely expensive crystals. Like the new spec evasions. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's these. The best version is like plus what's it? Plus 100 HP and 10% spec evasion. Oh, you know what? This is better. They don't stop to attack the air first. In fact, I can really just do the rest of it. Just that I like being back here. This room is better, it's just small. Where's the other? I'll wait one more minute. That all my maids will be nice and synchronized. I pop them. Often do I stream? Not very. Before. These days I'll stream fairly often because it's the holidays. And afterwards I'll see about what I can do about streaming more often after work. It really was mostly just, having to work on top of life, on top of everything. Maybe more going forwards. Because if I'm gonna grind anyways, I might as well stream, because otherwise it's just boring as shit. Grinding all alone with an audiobook. Last night I tried to grind, I literally fell asleep at my keyboard. By the way, I don't know when you started playing, but I've started playing long enough where I remember when people used to complain about HP pots. This was back when we didn't have, even plus 14s, even plus 13, 14s. So, like, if you use HP pots, the fight was actually ended up going very long as a result. So people kind of had this community rule to not use HP pots. That's obviously changed today with the, the state of the damage as it is. Oh, 2019. No, that was like 2014 Korean beta stuff. pretty soon people got their plus 15s. And then they had to actually buff HP pots to even catch up. It was actually like a worse game. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. But in those days, you didn't have that much protection either. I have no idea what my trash loot per hour is because I'm just not counting. I'm PvP. It's Arsha server, so I'm PvPing as well. Alright, peace. Take care. I'd say probably 6k, 6k, mid 6ks ish here. But I also haven't grinded Hystria in like the past 2 years, so probably not pulling the way that I'm supposed to be. Much Caprus, 84 Caprus, and only 9 dust. Guess I'm only getting dust from the Aquarius then. Oh, that does remind me to refresh my Caprus feel. There we go. Sell me Caprus. If you have any questions about the rework though, what are the tutor does he good for? wonder if I can pull these last two with me. Probably can. Guess that guy's not gonna contest. I don't suppose. Yeah, it's a bit of a force of habit, but before the rework, Wailing Wind would have a sweet spot where it will do more damage at the tip. So if you use the grind ranges, you probably have muscle memory where you want to get a certain, like 1 dash distance before you cast Wailing, so it would actually do more damage. But that's not a thing anymore, they took that away. Along with Wailing's old multi-hit knockdown, by the way. They used to do that. It would be a very reliable knockdown tool because it was multi-hit CC. But now it's just the front guard. As far as trading people, the front guard is nice. It's yeah, it's been asked, but it's really it's the next most broken thing after Mage and Musa. Just well, succession, large scale PvP. It's the same as before. You need to be very well aware that when you're picking this class for very niche content. 1v1's not bad. 1v1 on Awakening is pretty good. 1v1 will suck is non-existent. In general, though, most people enjoy it. How did you even aggro? I was nowhere near you. Oh my. I'm gonna skull sulfur after this Giants is done. Just because I want to see if I can mess with people. Of course, I'm probably pulling way tighter than it really needs to be in this day and age. But I enjoy having tight pulling. I don't like whatever the fuck these things are doing, you know? finish the loop and then take down port. Well, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go put my laundry in the dryer. Oh, but these have to go. Let me see. Where are my red shards? What? Oh, they're listed. They're listed. Do I really not? Did I really manage to sell all my red shards? Just stick this. One of these days it'll sell. One of these days I'll have more red shards in me. Oh, of course. All right. See if I remember. We are here. Time to come mess with people. Guess I'll just have my pets out in case. Oh, there we go. There's someone. shot. Should have bought some pots. Keep forgetting. Where are the Is that guy literally the only one here? Then I came out of here for absolutely nothing then. Farm. This is the worst of farm because it's not. Well, that's it then. Nothing's going on. I'm gonna call it a day and play something else. Thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of your holiday week.